One of the hot trends in gardening is growing your plants in bales of straw. It sounds strange, so we decided we had to try it out.
Right. There is some science to all of this, and it's a little high maintenance. You have to cure the bales for 12 days before you can plant anything in them. And so we did that. We started 12 days ago, and Linda Barcz of the Barcz Company came over to finally help us put some plants in the bales.
So to recap, Linda, what have we done here the last 2 weeks with this?
Well, the straw bales have been in place, and the fertilization and the watering that you've been doing on a daily basis has conditioned these bales, and now they're ready for planting.
Okay, now what does that mean, condition the bales? What's that doing?
Basically, that means that it's speeded up the process of microbes working, and so that it's not too hot for us to plant in. Because initially, there was a lot of activity going on.
So you can't just take a straw bale and throw a plant in.
No.
Well, you could, but it's not going to grow.
It's pretty precise.
Well, yes, a straw bale, that would be too dry. The plant would dry out right away. This is not exactly turning into soil, but this is a weed-free planting medium.
Okay.
And that's what makes this better than a regular garden. Not better, but different.
Different, yes. You aren't going to have the weed seeds, and you will not have the disease issues. And we're hoping that rabbits won't hop up here either. There have been some questions about that.
So it's been 12 days since we started this. It's time to plant.
Yes.
Show us how you do it.
All right,
just like regular dirt, I would assume.
It is pretty simple. Basically, that trowel has opened up a little hole. You take out your plant.
You just dig a little hole. How deep?
Dig a little hole. Well, it depends upon your root mass.
Okay.
You can actually remove some of the straw, but this is a small enough little plant that basically I'm just going to tuck that right in there.
Is that a pepper?
That's a pepper.
And you just leave the soil right on it.
Leave the soil on that because see, that is also a potting soil mix that is sterile. So that is going to be, yeah, it's as simple as that.
You don't have to add any extra soil or anything else?
I think maybe to help set this up a little bit, I do have some potting soil. I'll put a little bit at the top just to stabilize it.
Okay, and you can do seeds in this as well.
Yes, you can.
Let's check that over here. So what are these here?
This is actually a soaker hose, and the water runs through that, and there's a little bit of a permeable, it slowly releases water, so then basically you're supplying that to the plant, and it's underneath the soil, so it will stay, you aren't wasting water.
Okay.
So what's all this soil doing on top of this?
Well, this potting soil is, again, sterile, so we aren't introducing weed seeds. We aren't using soil, just earth from the ground. And we have this about 2 inches deep, and we've compacted this down nicely. And then we have this little furrow here, and we're going to do some little carrot seeds in this particular one.
Now, why is it better to do it that way rather than just put the carrot seeds into the straw bale?
The straw bale, I think that probably you're going to have issues with not being able to keep it moist, because when you are trying to do new seeding, it has to stay evenly moist. So this soil will hold moisture. In fact, this has a little bit of perlite in it. It's got a little bit of fertilizer in this mixture, and we're seeding this fairly heavy. What will happen is, after these germinate, we'll actually remove some of the carrot seeds, because usually they come in too heavily, to the point where it's going to be a problem with density. So you just remove some of them.
So what can you all plant in this?
Oh, you can plant all kinds of things. I mean, we're going to plant some cabbages and some kale, and we've got different kinds of herbs. Of course, basil, for
tomatoes,
our pesto.
beans.
Yes.
More than one thing in the same bale?
Usually you can. Like the herbs, you're gonna have lots of different herbs together. Tomatoes, we'll probably group them a little bit more closely, because then they'll help to support each other. But you can plant, actually potatoes can be done in these.
And you can do a mixture of seeds and live plants.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens.
I can't either.
I know.
We've got to plant the rest of it, you and I.
Okay. Whatever you say, Susan. Thanks,
All right,
Linda.
thanks, Linda.
Good
all right.
you guys.
We'll be right back.